Hello, welcome back to week 2 of season 2. Take her mic away. We obviously improvised. Do you like the jams? No? Are you feeling it? I don't know who made this beat. Whoever made this beat, Infraction. Yeah, you did your thing.
That's what it's called?
That's the name of the channel.
Oh, yeah, they ate that up.
Right.
It might have been a little low today, but
We're working on it,
we've got new production.
right? We anybody need an
AKA
internship unpaid? I hate those
Heavy on the
unpaid ones.
unpaid.
So sorry, love, in late hours, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It pays off.
Yeah.
We sound like those companies.
No, literally that we talk
I'm
about.
Sorry, just kidding. We'll pay you.
They pay you in
She'll
love.
pay you. Look at this, moolah, moolah, moolah. No,
Nothing you pointed out was
moolah.
significant.
How much was that?
It was a gift.
Woo! She know people with money.
Here she go.
Got that money on.
I wish.
How's your week been so far?
This week I've been stressed. I feel like I'm behind on everything, and I'm like, it's the third week,
I know.
and I feel like
It just started.
no, literally, like went to the library and I was like, I couldn't even remember to charge my iPad pen. There was no reason for me to go there. I just completed a little worksheet and said,
At least you did something.
yeah, and then I went and got a sweet treat. I got ice cream. It's the little things.
Oh, it is. It's the little things that like brighten up the mood. You know, it is important.
And I was gonna ask you how your week was, but I'm not.
Oh, what was I gonna say? I can't remember.
Oh, is it that brain fog?
No,
That's
but
what happens when
it-
you're mean to people.
Ah.
God shows you immediately.
the weeks have been going by fast.
No, for sure.
Like weird. I'm like, wasn't it the first day of school yesterday?
No,
What
literally.
do you mean it's September?
No, then I saw like the involvement fair and I said,
Already?
I'm not ready for this.
Already?
No, immediately. I can't.
Well, we have a, I would say, exciting show planned. I don't know how it's going to go, but it's going to be fun. There's a lot to talk about. USC football, as always.
Yes.
Some NFL, not so exciting things.
Yes.
And then some, tragic things have happened in the world. And then a little NFL Super Bowl halftime sneak peek. If you don't know, we'll ruin it for you. But let's start with USC football. If you don't know, let me pull it up. I'm pretty sure it is 48, right? Yes, 48-0. USC beat Utah State at home, first home game of the season. It's their first shutout since 2011,
Yeah.
and I mean, dare I say, I'm not surprised. Like they did
At all.
pay them. I forgot how much,
We
but
paid them?
yeah, they always pay like we paid Rice. I think $2 million. That was 2 years ago.
$2 million?
Yeah, and
We paid Rice?
yeah, so you pay your first home game to like a less. I don't want to sound rude, but you pay a team that you know you can beat for your first home game. They always do that. And homecoming, they try to. If it's not your rival team, they try to do an easy team. But yeah, the first team of the season, they always pay.
Yeah, I was wondering
Did you
why
see
we paid
that
them.
with NIU and Notre Dame? Like
Yes.
they paid NIU,
and they lost.
however many. Yeah, you always pay your first home game.
I was wondering why they did that.
'Cause
I mean, they didn't
think it'll be
expect to
easy.
lose, but
So like it builds morale, helps people buy season tickets, sell games.
that did not. The people I talked to, that did not build morale.
For USC.
Everybody was bored. Everybody was
Yeah.
like, "This is the." It was like good for like a quarter, and then it got so slow. Everybody was like, "I'm going home." It cleared out.
Really?
People were not happy to be there.
So Macy was there. I wasn't there, so
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Wow.
It was an 8 p.m. like start, and of course, if you haven't seen the USC football video, it's absolutely ridiculous to see it. It's so good. It was
I
so.
can't wait to
It
see
was
it.
so good seeing it
Oh
under the
my
lights.
gosh.
That's the best football video I've ever seen.
Okay,
Like,
Wisconsin. I'll see it for that.
yeah,
game.
it was so good. But then I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, like we're all hyped. Everybody's excited to see. Like there's so many new players.
Yeah.
And then we're doing so well. And then it was like they're not fighting back. Like you would have thought they laid over and just let us run into the end
That's
zone.
sad. When I watched the highlights, I can admit I only saw USC offense. I didn't even
Yeah.
see USC defense. So I was like, either
Yeah.
our defense didn't do that well, or their offense had they had nothing to for us to stop. Basically,
Yeah.
I was very shocked. The whole highlights, I was like, wait, it's only USC. Normally
Yeah,
they'll
it
show
was-
defense, offense. They only show USC offense.
Yeah, it was to the point where like, at halftime we put in all our second string and it's like, go at them. It was just like boring. I
Did
mean,
anyone stand out to you?
during the game, I will say maybe not. Well, I was excited that I got to see Jaden Maeve. I think that's how you say it.
Okay, yeah.
Because I was like, nobody's talking about him. Like, what can he do?
Mm-hmm.
And what I will say is, to me, he reminds me of Caleb in the fact that just like Caleb loved to like run the ball and everything, and
yeah, Miller's more stationary.
Yeah, in his touchdown play, like he sat there and he like juked the guy out and then he ran in, and you were like, you don't see Miller do that because Miller's a very traditional quarterback.
Yeah,
like, he's by the book, and I was like, that was exciting to see, and I was like, listen, I'm rooting for him just because he's fun to watch, and I'm not saying Miller isn't, but Miller's very traditional.
Yeah,
and Miller's also like he struggled in like yes they won this game, but there were still some things that I saw like Miller cannot like have a passing touchdown. He had one passing touchdown. Like everything else was rushing, and I'm like, that's okay because
same
like,
as the first game. What
yeah,
we were talking about
I was like,
last week.
Woody's a very good running back, but I'm like,
and Quentin too.
Yeah,
I think
Quentin
had
too,
2 touchdowns.
but I'm like, okay, what if that doesn't work?
Exactly.
And like when he had that pressure, they were in the red zone. Like I'm not even joking. Like 10 yards to go, he could not throw the ball.
That's
like he was overthrowing so bad. Like I'm like, listen, USC does not have a lot of tall receivers. Like you're overthrowing the ball bad, or he was throwing into coverage, and I was like, Miller, like I'm not even trying to be mean,
sometimes
but
I'm like, okay, on target dimes,
yes,
but then I'm like, oh,
it was
what happens?
I was there was like we should have been up by like 2 or 3 more touchdowns with him, and I was like, Miller, like.
I mean, he's still finding his footing,
which is
sure.
fair, but I'm like, just like keep that in the back of your head because like in those games, like when we play like some really good teams, like
Michigan,
that is going to matter.
Wisconsin, Penn State, like these really good defenses. This is what I'm saying. Like even I looked at the stat sheet and I watched the highlights. I'm still looking for that wide receiver 1.
Yes, I'm
like,
so glad you brought that up.
Woody, running back 1. Quentin seems like a very solid running back 2.
I agree.
But who is our wide receiver 1?
I thought it was going to be Jacoby just because of all the hype over him. I've not seen that breakout like moment from him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just because he's young. I think it's only his second year here.
Yeah, second year.
So I'm like, he's very young. But then you have like Kyle Ford who came back, which Kyle Ford has some good moments. But I'm like, I'm not sure. That's how I feel with Kyron too. Like some really good moments. But I'm like, who is that consistent receiver? Because I saw like, it just didn't seem like anybody was like taking that role. No, you're right.
If you look on the stat sheet, the number 1 receiver was Lake.
Yes.
With 4 receptions. Number 2 was Woody. Why is the running back the second highest receiver?
I didn't even care that game because if you know me, you know I love tight ends. And literally,
I'm
this
so
was
happy
such
we're
a tight end game. I've been yelling from the top of my lungs, like, Lincoln, please use your tight ends. Like, they are such a good tool. Like, and he finally used Lake, and Lake ate it up. He ate
every time. Last week too, he had a great game. This week, I'm happy to see it, but we need a good wide receiver 1. Like,
for sure.
I understand. Like looking at the stat sheet, everyone caught the ball this week. Yeah. Okay, sure, but when it comes to the bigger teams and the better games, I guess I feel conflicted because with like basketball, we always say like you don't want to play hero ball. You don't always want to depend on one person, but you do need like a one. I feel like you do.
I think they have a lot of talent at wide receiver, but I need someone who's like
a little above the rest.
Because I think that would also put Miller in a better position of someone he can trust.
Exactly.
Because it's like he's throwing the ball and he's trying to get it to like he's just like
is it Kyron by default because of seniority?
And it's like you're throwing into coverage, but that's not your best man. So it's like we need that wide receiver 1.
Like okay, I feel like off the dome, Zach has like. I don't know, moves, I guess, and he's quick.
It's just hard for me because the height's
not there. Who has the best hands?
Yeah, it's just hard because I'm just like, I feel like, especially in this game, I felt like height was just something that we needed just because there would be like 2 people on someone and they're all the same height and they're literally hitting the ball away. They had great like defensive coverage like in those moments when we were at the red zone. And I was like, guys, if we were running it in, like, it was really hard for us to get a touchdown.
That's what I'm saying. You can't rely on just a run game. What if we face a defense that's great at defending the run?
That's what I'm saying.
Then
like,
what?
We're screwed.
Then what?
Like,
that's why I love, like, what you said about Jaden because he brings that to the table. I mean, as we see now, like, younger quarterbacks, especially in the NFL, like, that are going high, Caleb, Jaden Daniels, these quarterbacks are more mobile.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Miller can't be, but I feel like that is something he should add.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you also need that to go to the league, but you do need to run around a little bit.
It's good to have that variety. Like,
exactly.
Just
especially
if
your O-line is garbage.
No, literally.
You're just going to stand there?
Literally. So that's why I'm like, no, I need to see him run a few times. Because I'm getting
something.
I'm like, okay, can you not do it? Or, like, what's going on? Like, I'm getting concerned.
Maybe he's, like, tall, like, don't scramble, don't leave the pocket. I don't
Which
know.
I get because it's probably nerves for the most part.
Yeah.
Like,
Caleb would be like making me nervous.
No, for sure.
Caleb,
which is it's like kind of refreshing because I'm like Miller just sits there, not to
so
be like,
you're like okay, he's gonna throw it out or he's gonna hit somebody.
But I'm like it concerns me because I'm like I feel like that makes you more of like a target. Like you're a threat when you can move and throw the ball. Like I need you to do a little bit more.
This is why I reflect on the people that we lost, and I really like feel so upset for losing like Mario Williams and Mike Jack because I feel like they could have really been like so good. I didn't know Mario's a junior. He could have. Oh my goodness, Mario and Mike Jack. I don't know if Mike Jack could be wide receiver 1 at this point, but still, I do think he would be up there.
I think he could definitely make a run for it because who is their wide receiver?
Literally. And Mario's just so fun. Like, he just brings that to the team. He was good. He was fast.
Yeah.
I missed him.
That upsets me. Like, we lost a lot of good people that I feel like could have had big roles this year.
Exactly.
So it's just unfortunate with the timing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, now that they're gone, let's fill those shoes.
Literally.
Like, let's not wait till week 6 and be like,
oh, now we need.
I mean, I guess.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm thinking it's probably going to be Chiron, but I need him to. It's just like.
I didn't really see him in the highlights.
Yeah, this game I didn't.
So I don't know. Yeah.
But also was like none of the receivers really, because again, like.
It was an easier team to beat.
Yeah.
That is fair. Next week we play, what is it, Michigan?
I think
we play Michigan. I mean,
which
they just lost,
yeah,
right?
they just lost. And
Michigan to Texas, though. They're ranked number 2.
But how much did they lose by? Was it
31-12?
Yeah. But I'm like, also Michigan was a big defensive team, and they lost like a whole bunch of Harbaugh, literally, and then they lost their quarterback, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So I'm like, they're under a lot of rebuilding too. So I don't think it's a game.
And their running back too. So you're right.
So yeah, Blake Corum. 8 down.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's with the Rams now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think that's an unbeatable team at all, especially right now. Like, we're in the same boat. We're rebuilding as well, so I think it's a fair fight, and I think they can do it. They just got to be on their game.
We have a bye week this week.
Yeah, we don't have a game.
I didn't even realize that.
I know. It's gonna be the longest, like, 3 weeks.
Oh no, this is great. I can catch up on homework.
No, literally, because I'm struggling right now.
Thank you, God.
I'm struggling so bad. But
oh my goodness.
No, I'm excited to see that game. I really hope. I hate that it's an away game against a big team, like crazy fans.
I know.
And I'm worried about the sound.
Cold, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm worried about the sound because Miller was struggling, I think, the first game.
Yeah, in Vegas, in a neutral zone.
So I can only imagine
at home. But I am excited to see, like, in these big games, who rises up.
I agree.
Especially from the defense.
I agree because
to see somebody.
I feel like there was a lot of people that I could tell you last year that this is a really good like defensive player, but this year I'm kind of just like not hearing
players.
I'm not hearing like
it's giving one band one sound, but not in the like they're so uniform. Yeah, they work well together. It's just like
I'm like no one's really standing out to me. I'm just like yeah, the defense is playing well,
and that's why I'm telling people don't let the 2-0 fool you. LSU, okay, that I was happy. I did see like some like hints of people here and there. But this game was like, okay.
One thing I can say is I was happy to see Eric Gentry back because we didn't really see him last year. Like
on and off.
But fair. I think he had a really good game. He seemed really hyped.
I mean, to be fair, Tackett and Mason.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Tackett. Another one that could have been great here.
We do play Wisconsin though. We play Tackett and we play our previous defensive coordinator, Alex Grinch.
Then they should know everything.
Against Wisconsin.
They should know everything. There's literally, like, we should blow them out of the water. Like, because his defense was so awful. Like,
oh, yeah. They should tell our current one all the secrets.
Immediately.
This is what he did.
There's, like, no reason to lose that game. I will be pissed.
Lincoln. Especially like, Lincoln. That was his man. He should know.
There's
our
no
offense
reason.
should run through Wisconsin's defense.
Literally, because we have a new defensive coordinator that he don't know nothing about.
So if Lincoln knows his plays, but he knows Lincoln's.
But he doesn't know our defense now.
Yeah, but his defense will go against our own. I don't know. I think it'll be exciting in 2 weeks.
My thing is, his defense didn't change from Oklahoma to here. So I don't think it changed to there.
If it changes there, I'm going to be
I'm going to be pissed because I've been asking for it to change
Wisconsin.
that. Because my thing is like, bro, like we literally were begging you to fix your defense.
They're
undefeated,
so awful. But I mean,
who they play?
South Dakota and I think this is Western Michigan.
Exactly.
So they play Alabama this wow.
Ooh, I'm gonna tune in for that. I will be tuning in for that.
That's gonna be fun. 9 a.m. on Saturday.
It's gonna be fun for me. Probably not them though.
Speaking of tuning in, will you be tuning into the Super Bowl halftime show? Kendrick Lamar was selected. Will you be tuning in?
I think I definitely will.
Oh, of course.
I need to see him jump around and play They Not Like Us like 400 times.
Where's the Super Bowl this year?
It's in Louisiana, New Orleans. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I think Louisiana's like, that's a party city.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
So I think he's going to have a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I think the performance is going to be extravagant.
He has a lot of good songs too.
Yeah, he does.
That are hype.
That he can yell and scream. The only thing I have to say is, I better not see Miss Taylor Swift out there singing Bad Blood.
I don't think he will.
I don't know.
No way he would do that. I think he would stay for the culture kind of vibe that he's.
You think if the Chiefs are there that he wouldn't?
I think because Kendrick's now like kiss ass.
I don't think he is either.
I'm trying to remember like throughout his career. I feel like I don't think he is. I don't think he would.
I swear if I see that, I'm shutting it off.
I saw someone said he's gonna bring out Drake and be like, squash the beef.
Honestly, if they did that, I would love that because I hate that they're beefing.
I don't think he would, but
I don't think he will
funny.
At all. But I think it would be funny. I think.
Who do you think he'll bring out?
I don't.
He's collab with J. Cole.
Oh yeah, but
I don't think.
Do you think J. Cole will?
I don't know.
Because didn't he say F J. Cole too?
I think he just said it in the song briefly. Like
no, so he did.
Well, did he? I don't think he said it.
F the big three.
Yeah, but I don't think he like. I don't know if J. Cole actually took that personally. Remember, J. Cole did say like, "I don't want no."
But so, do you think he would like go against Drake in a sense, and then go and perform with Kendrick? Because I do think that's taking sides at that point.
I don't even know who Kendrick would ask. Like last
year, I think he's gonna make it
a
whole like, I don't know. Oh well, yeah, they just did have Snoop Dogg,
and like he brought out a lot of old heads, and he brought out Eminem. I don't know who
was that last year. I thought that was Rihanna.
Rihanna was last year. What did she bring out? Nobody?
I don't think she brought out anybody.
I cannot remember.
I don't know who Kendrick's gonna bring out, just because I feel like Kendrick has become like a one man show. But he did just make that song with Future. I think he might bring out Future.
Okay, Future.
Because they did have that good song.
Metro Boomin too. He does produce a lot of his
beats. Yeah.
I don't know though. Kendrick, I think he is more solo, but he. Like every year, someone brings out somebody for the Super Bowl. Sure. If he's like the only, I don't think he would.
You know what? Now that I'm saying it, I don't think he would bring out Taylor Swift, just in a sense that like she would take over that performance because so many people love her. I won't be tuning in, but I think she would take it over. Like who would they have? It was like Coldplay and like Beyonce or someone, whoever it was who took over their whole performance, and people were like, "Oh, they performed." So I don't think if he's smart, he won't do that.
Yeah, I don't think he would. I think a lot of people, I've seen a lot of discourse that people wanted Lil Wayne, and they're like, "Oh, have you seen the videos on TikTok?" They're like, "This Lil Wayne," and like he's slurring his words, or he's like not going with the beat of his own songs. Like recent performances of
Lil Wayne told y'all he don't know his music.
Stop
making him perform. He said he can't remember it.
They're like, bro, he literally said like this the Lil Wayne y'all want at the Super Bowl. And then there was one he's smoking a blunt on stage, and they're like, NFL not paying for that.
No, because didn't Snoop smoke a blunt, or he did something that he wasn't supposed to do,
like crip walk.
Yeah,
and they were like.
It's but like, what are they gonna tell him?
So maybe
please don't do that.
Yeah, they're like the NFL would not do that. I don't know. I think also Lil Wayne isn't like at the moment relevant, but Nicki Minaj put this whole thing
not
on
at
Twitter.
The moment relevant.
Let me say like Kendrick and Drake's beef kind of boosted Kendrick, but Lil Wayne's just kind of chilling. But greatest rapper.
I feel like if he says I don't want to do it, don't force him to do it. Because I don't think he's going to try to memorize the lyrics, and y'all are gonna be pissed.
Nicki Minaj what she said?
No, what'd she say?
Oh my gosh, she wrote this whole thing about why Lil Wayne should have been chosen. But this is the thing, the NFL is very like they did not release who their options were, so people were just speculating that would have been Lil Wayne. But
see, Nicki is too chronically online. She need to go sit down, and she's often loud and wrong. And I love Nicki, but I'm
loud
like,
and wrong. She was like,
hush.
She was like, oh yeah, God will punish you. Mark my words. That man has not only pushed his pen the hardest, but gave the game more than one hip hop icon. Like there's more than just one thing that she. There's like multiple things.
They didn't even say we will never have Lil Wayne perform.
God will punish you. It's crazy. Like, I'm trying to find it. Oh, she be on. I can't even find it. But yeah, she was like, you're stunning this little black boy's growth. And they're like, mind you, he's a man. Oh yeah, denying a young black man what he rightfully put into this game for no reason but your ego.
Lil Wayne didn't even say nothing,
She
did
was
he?
like, Lil Wayne the
My
GOAT?
thing is,
Nola, what's good? Like,
my thing is, why are you fighting so hard for him when he's not fighting?
literally, he never said anything.
Like,
anything.
He probably don't care.
I mean, there was also some other things that she called Kendrick, if you can, things I won't say on air. I think she wanted Kendrick to like decline. But
why is she doing that?
It's because the fans started a rumor and no one fact checked it. Like,
bro, this always happens with Nicki. She's pissing me off because I love her, but like somebody will say something in the comments and she's like, "Who just talked about me?" And I'm like, "Girl," I said, "You didn't even ask
so
them." That's why she got no friends right now. Like she said, "I said what about me?" I said, "Like what? I didn't talk about you."
I'm like, Kendrick never said he's not bringing out
literally. Kendrick said nothing. You didn't even give him the chance.
If y'all read the tweet, you'll understand what
I'm
we're
like, who is managing Nicki? Like, can someone please like get her tweets sent to them first and approve them? Like, she needs parental controls on her phone.
I
was
so shy. Like her calling Kendrick that. Like, come on. Now, what are you gonna say?
Just
sorry,
like,
you already posted it.
Literally, and I'm like,
now you just drew this line. You burned this bridge.
Like,
I don't know.
I'm sure
Who knows if Kendrick even saw it, but like,
literally, what if Kendrick was in the middle of being like, "Hey, Wayne," and you like, said that, and he said, "Yeah, let's get everybody out here." He said, "Let's squash the beef, get Nicki, Wayne, and Drake out here. People gonna love me for getting them back together." And now you over here talking crap. Like,
it's crazy to think Lil Wayne is 67. No, he's
wait, what? No, he's not. He's how old? Wait, no, you're lying to me. No, like you're lying to me. Jedi, like, don't make me cry right here. He's 41. Why would you say
I looked at the camera when you were typing.
Why would you say that? I was like, oh my god, he's got like.
No way, he's that old. It's crazy though because he's only like 11 years older than my brother, and my brother was a big fan of him when we were growing up. Mind you, he's only 11 years old. That's kind of scary.
Why is that scary?
Because like I always think of it in the term that like Lil Wayne was probably like my brother was like 16, so Lil Wayne was probably like 21 in his prime. That is crazy.
No, for sure. He did his time. He did everything he had to do, and he said, "Now leave me alone."
He doesn't have to do anymore.
Like, I'm like, when is the last time he put out a song?
I don't know. I know he put out an album.
Oh, he was on that. So he would just be doing random stuff.
I mean,
he don't need to.
Like Snoop Dogg for money. Just random commercials.
Literally. I'm like, why are you with Martha Stewart all the time?
Oh yeah. Y'all got something to say? on a less happy note, this past week, Tyreek Hill was arrested. So I'll try to tell you guys what happened unbiasedly. So he was speeding, and then he was pulled over. You can look at the video. There are four police officers on bikes.
On bikes?
Yeah, or motorcycles.
I didn't see that.
Oh,
I skipped to the interesting part.
Oh, I had
on
to
bikes
because
is crazy
I had to count how many. That's 4. But you can look up the video for yourself. But yeah, 4 police officers pulled him over on bikes. He was speeding, and he walked up. They walked up to the car. 3 of them did, and then Tyreek said, "Don't walk into my car like that." And then they exchanged words. He's like, "Well," he said, "Why is your seatbelt not on?" I don't know what Tyreek said. He said again, "Why is your seatbelt not on?" Tyreek rolled up his window. Then the dude knocked on the window. He's like, "Roll your window down." And then he knocked on it again. He's like, "Roll your window down. I'm gonna pull you out." Then, matter of fact, "I'm getting you out." And then as Tyreek Hill opened the door, 2 of them grabbed him, put him on the ground. Then Tyreek's on the phone saying, "Drew, I'm getting arrested. Drew, I'm getting arrested." I could not watch further than that.
Oh,
I literally couldn't. I did.
They literally pushed him into the ground, pushed his face into the ground, and were on top of him, literally like
4.
knee on his back,
literally,
and holding him against the ground.
That's a objective description for you, without any bias, without any. That's the truth of what happened.
That's just what happened.
If you watch it, it's like so quick.
Yeah,
they're like, roll the window down or pulling you out. Matter of fact, I'm getting you out now. Like, didn't even give him a second after that. Should he have rolled the window up? No. But I don't think you can arrest somebody for rolling the window up. Actually, I know you can. I know the law. You can't.
Here's my problem with it. It's just like, and I don't know like what he was told, but I'm like, I know like having like two black brothers, it's just like my mom has always said you literally have to go above and beyond and be more compliant than anybody
Like
else. So like
insanely passive.
literally, so it bothers me in a sense like he shouldn't have to. He should be able to act like
Himself.
anybody normally.
Exactly.
But it's kind of like I wish he would have just been calmer in a sense that
me watching that exact emotion.
I'm just like you know how this goes.
Exactly.
Like,
I hate that we have to think this way.
But it's like
Why
I'm like,
you just
bro,
comply?
literally
Why
telling him don't walk up to the car, bro.
Like Tyreek,
bro.
the first thing you say, don't walk up to my window like that.
Literally, and then my thing is, all I could think of is the justification for like rolling. Well, no, I didn't understand why he rolled up his window because I'm like, your windows are tinted. You know, like
very dark.
Like if I'm a police officer, what I would never be because I'm scary. So my thing is, you roll it up. I'm saying, sir, what are you doing?
Literally.
And I'm like, that's the only thing I can imagine them being like, why did you just roll? Like, we can't see you. We don't know what you're doing.
Exactly. That
you like,
come on. Tyreek.
I'm like, bro, you're doing everything wrong.
Literally. But the thing is, it's so frustrating because. Like, we can sit here and laugh now, but he could have died.
Literally.
I don't even think they recognized him.
Someone was saying they did, but I'm like, I don't think they did until, like, someone showed up to get him. Was like,
literally.
Hey, do you know who that is?
And
then people started filming around, so I think they were like, dang.
Oh,
like,
who is it? But
literally.
also, like, me and Macy were just talking about this, like, I think 2 weeks ago, like, if you don't watch sports, you just think LeBron is a tall 6'6" black man with muscles. If he gets pulled over and they don't watch sports, they don't care.
And they're going to be afraid of him because he's 6'6".
Exactly. Like Tyreek Hill, okay, he's shorter. I don't care, 5'4", 5'5", but he's muscular as hell.
Yeah.
Rolls the window up.
Literally.
I mean, but still, 4 police officers is insane. And the way that they grabbed him, like, come on. And then you can say, like, non-compliance. You didn't even give him a chance to roll it down again. At all. Would he have? Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. 2 of you pulling him out the car.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I thought, like, when you're under arrest, first you have to let them know what they're under arrest for, what crime they committed, and you have to read them their rights.
Well, that's what I'm pretty sure they're supposed to do, but there's a lot of time when they start escalating it, like, and then people, like the cops get upset, that all goes out the window, and they don't,
and
like,
read you against the law.
You're supposed to tell them why you're pulling them over before you even do anything.
Yeah.
But I think when you roll up your window, it comes, like,
it does.
It's like, oh, I was pulling you over for speeding. Now I'm pulling you over because you're like not compliant. Yeah.
But can you get arrested for that? I thought non-compliance was like with an arrest. Like, you can ask them to step out the car, but I don't know if they have to.
Are you asking me legally or what can the police do?
Legally, legally, if they say step out the car, do you have to? I don't know. And I also know, like, some states are different.
I don't know, but as a black person, I probably just would.
That's the thing that frustrates me so much, because, like, it doesn't matter if you're a black woman, if you're a black man. And this is the thing, like, when I'm watching it, I can assume that it's racism, but, like, take the racist out. Say they're not racist. Mm-hmm. It's a power trip regardless.
For
sure.
Say
they're not racist. Oh, they have a black wife. They have black friends. It's a power trip.
Literally.
They knocked on the window. 2 of them pulled him out. They're all on him on the ground. He didn't fight back. Literally, the guy I heard before I turned it off, because it was pissing me off so bad. He's like, what do you not understand? This is a grown man.
Yeah.
You gave him 2 seconds to comply. 2 of you were pulling him out the car. 4 of you were on him, arresting him, having him on the ground.
Yeah. What pisses me off is, like, you're doing that stuff because you can.
Because you can.
Literally.
And you feel comfortable doing so.
And what pisses me off is there's 4 officers. Not one of the other ones spoke up and said, hey, that's too much. That's what pisses me off, because someone there knew that was too much. You were doing too much. And you were so, like, just, like,
comfortable
literally
doing it.
That you just don't say anything.
They've done it before.
Literally.
Like, even if it's not racist, okay, so what? You feel so comfortable doing that. All of you have body cameras.
Yeah.
So you know it's being recorded. All of you feel comfortable doing it, knowing that it's being recorded, so you don't care. Exactly. So you've done it before, or maybe someone's in charge that doesn't review the body camera footage, or they don't care. I don't know how the department is run, but it's so clear that they don't care.
One thing I can say is Florida is a mess. They always do that stuff where they need, like, 4 cops for 1 car. Like, Florida's crazy. Like, they have trucks and vans and these fast cars. Like, they will all pull you over. And I'm like, there's never a reason to have 4 police officers for one person.
Even in LA, I'd be like, 3 cars?
There's no reason for that.
It makes it worse. Like,
it already is showing, like, literally, your job is to fight crime. not to make the public literally. You're not supposed to be making the public feel uncomfortable and scared of you. That is not. We are supposed to support each other and be like, oh, I can call the police and know that they're gonna come help me. Exactly. You are not showing that you're doing that, and I'm like, what are you signing up for? Why do you Why are you acting like that? I don't get it. My thing is like, I feel like as a police officer, you shouldn't just. It seems like the way you sign up is just like, oh yeah, I want to be a police officer. I'm like, what do you have to go through? Like the way that y'all are so scary and so quick to like pull a gun, so quick to get on this power trip. I'm like, I don't understand that. And the way nobody is checking you and everybody's acting like it's okay, and the way you feel like you don't need to follow the law is so insane to me. Like, how can you sit here and be like, oh, I abide by the law, I want people to abide by the law, but you don't do it yourself?
Thank you.
You should not be in that position.
The law. And there have been too many times that we've seen this happen. And the saddest thing I'm learning in my journalism class is like, if it weren't for like, this is what we call everyday journalists, people. If it weren't for the girl recording George Floyd getting put his knee on his neck, they would have just said, oh yeah, he died by whatever, drugs, whatever. I don't even know how they would have lied. There have been so many people that have been recorded, like their deaths. If it weren't for that, we wouldn't have known.
And that's what pisses me off, because I'm like, these events have happened in Florida, like just black people being killed, like, and for no reason. And it's like, you as police officers, I know you know that happened. I know you do. And to not change yourself is so insane. That shows you don't care about those people. You don't care for it to change, and you think you can do whatever you want.
That's heavy on the last
part.
Like,
I'm like, it literally just blows my mind, because I'm like, if I was a police officer, I wouldn't want to like hurt anybody. Like, that's not my job. Like, I would not be quick to pull my gun. Like, I don't understand that. And I know people are like, oh, you can say that. But I'm like, I just feel like that's common, like, empathy. I know that's like, you have to be empathetic, and you have to be aware of, like, these things when you're a police officer. I'm like, don't sign up to be a police officer if you're scary. Like, if you can't sit there and talk to someone and be a real human being and not act like, oh, I'm a police officer, I'm above everybody. Literally. If you can't be a real person, remember that you once were a real person and you could be in that situation, you should not be a police officer. I don't get that.
Once they get a gun, all out the window.
Literally. I'm like, y'all don't want me to be a sheriff, because immediately he did what? Gone. It wouldn't be no leave. Get out. Get out.
It makes me so mad. Like, I agree with you, because like I think you have to be aware that the public image of police officers is murderers. Like, right now. Yeah. They're scared. Like, people don't rely on the police anymore. People literally would rather call the fire department.
No, literally.
And knowing this, you would still 4 cops for 1 car, 3 cars for 1 car. Like, you know you're intimidating on purpose.
That's why I'm like, it's just like, you don't care. You don't care to change the image. You don't care. Like, you're so mad, like, oh, people are calling us bad. Like, let's show them bad. That's what it's giving. I'm like,
and then all the blue stuff. It's like, now it's like us versus them. It's not like, oh, let's show them we're good cops. It's just support us or don't.
I don't get that, because I'm like, how can you be so hateful and just like, so like, I'm like, all these people you stop have a family. They have someone to go home to. And the way you're just treating them like whatever, like they're scum, like they're criminals, and it's not even that. It's like, if you're speeding, that doesn't make you a criminal.
At all.
That's like, hey, you need to slow down. Like, exactly. you need to remind them, what are you doing? Like, it doesn't have to escalate this way. Ever. And I'm like, for cops to not be level-headed enough is so disappointing. I'm like,
and I get why Tyreek responded, like, was he right to do that? No. Yeah. However, 3 cops walk up to my car. Yeah. I'm black. I'm alone.
I'm scared.
It doesn't matter if he's a grown man. Men can be scared.
Literally. And you have that's 4 guns
right now.
That's 4 guns. How is he gonna fight bullets?
3 of you. This is the thing. He's speeding. I don't even know if it's a Lambo or Porsche. I don't care what type of car it was. It was a nice ass car. Who cares? He's speeding. Why does 3 of you need to walk up to him? I'd be like, am I, what should I do?
Like, you're immediately on guard, because you're like,
they assume I have drugs. They assume I have a gun.
Literally. And if you come at someone aggressively, it's like, bro, you need to come up there. If you stop me, come up there with a smile on your face. Hey,
literally. I got pulled over for speeding in Ohio, I was terrified. Ohio's racist. I was terrified. I called my mom, left her on the speaker. I didn't even roll my window all the way. I rolled my window halfway. I was like, hello. I was shaking, literally. I couldn't even control it. I gave him my license and shit. I was shaking. And then he looked. He's like, okay, here's your ticket. Like, I was shaking, because I thought, I'm going to die. For no reason.
No,
I was in a fishbowl. You can see it.
Bro, no, literally. One time I pulled over on the side of my school. I was coming back from, like, volleyball practice, and I was like, I didn't know how to work my mom's car. I'd never driven it. I was like, are the lights on? Like, are these the brights? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And this police officer, I didn't see her, like, pull up behind me.
Oh, shit.
And my mom's on the phone, and I was like, Mom, there's a police spare me. And she's like,
no,
you're gonna be okay. And the lady, like, I think she was like, oh, I'm scaring her bad. Like, she saw I was like freaking out. She's like, no, like sweetheart, I'm just trying to make sure you're okay. Like, I didn't know.
Scare me. I'm glad it was a lady.
Literally, I was like, thank you, girl, because I was struggling. I was like, no, I'm good. I was just trying to figure out how to turn these lights on. She's like, I think you got them on. I'm like, see, like, that was a normal interaction.
Literally.
Like, you don't have to be so different from us. Like, we all like live in the same world. Like, I don't know why it's like, oh, I have to be like on this pedestal.
Exactly.
And I'm like, we can give you respect.
This is not a comic book like movie.
Literally, I'm like, there was a time where I had so much respect for police because I'm like, you go out there and you risk your life. Now I'm like,
literally, when I was growing up, I'd be like, call the cops.
Literally, I'm
now
like, call. I'm like, oh no, don't call the cops. They might think I'm the problem.
I'll solve it myself. Literally, I don't know.
I'm like, I can't. I'm like, there just needs to be like, I don't know, like a worldwide convention, like some new rules like within the police force, and like they actually need to implement them and be like, bro, you literally have killed so many people, and like people have gone like lost their lives because of your actions that could have been prevented. Like, they need to stop being like, hey, that's part of the job. No, it is your fault.
Literally.
And stop letting them off. Go to jail.
Thank you. And
go
like,
to jail.
Tyreek Hill said he needs to be arrested or he needs to be fired, and they're like, you shouldn't fire him. Okay, I'm like, okay, even if you don't fire him, you need to review like his previous body cam footage, because if he felt so comfortable doing this to someone he didn't know and on camera, I can only imagine what he's done to other people that weren't famous,
right?
And don't have a platform to talk about it,
right? And stop letting them get fired from one department, go to the next town and get hired.
No,
that should not be
like
a thing.
Your badge number is like stripped from the system,
literally
or blocked. I don't know how it works, but blocked.
Literally, I'm like, you're done. You don't get to abuse your power and then okay, I'll just try it again in the next town. What?
In my class, we learned they're like, oh, can you name all the cops that were there when George Floyd died? And like, you only name one, the one that went to jail. And they're like, the worst thing is that they didn't name any of them, any articles that were written or Instagram posts. Like, we have to hold them accountable. You have to say their names too, not just, oh, George Floyd was murdered. These cops murdered him.
Literally, it's all of you, because no one said, hey, get off him. He can't breathe. Like, I don't understand how you could watch the life like drain from someone and not feel like, oh my gosh, I just killed someone. I would live with guilt for the rest of my life if I took someone's life. Like, it would never be justifiable to me. Like, never. I'm like, I don't understand that. How you sat there and watched.
I get peer pressure when you're a kid. Like, I've definitely not spoken up like, oh, they're not supposed to be doing that. When I was younger.
But never like, if people were like, bro, you're killing someone. That makes no sense. I'm like, there's no reason to not speak up. And like, them as well should have been fired. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't get it.
I'm like, how do you live with yourself today?
Especially the dude that's like standing in the back. When I watched the Tyreek Hill footage, like, he's standing behind him while the two grab out the car. I'd be like, hey, just one. Or like, whoa, something. Like, you don't have to say like
literally
a speech, but you gotta be like, okay, maybe a little too much.
It's like those things on Twitter where they're like, I said no as I walked to my car.
As I'm driving down the road. Like, something like,
I'm like,
you can just make a little sound like, okay.
Like, you don't have to go play hero because I don't know how they act.
Exactly.
So I would say,
and
hey,
I get it's your job.
Literally.
They seem a little power trippy.
No.
But like something small, like, I don't know. No. But what is it gonna take? Like, is he gonna lose his job? Yeah, they're reading the footage. This is why I think it should never be your department reviewing your footage.
I agree.
I don't care even if there's some good apples. I can't trust that they are. It should be a third party. Right? Bias exists.
And again, I can't trust that those good apples are gonna speak up.
Exactly. It should be a third party, another department from a different state. Not the next county over. We know him. He's a good guy.
No, literally.
I hate when they say that he's a good guy. Okay, I get it. Sometimes
doesn't matter.
Like, they're like good people act out. I get it. Yeah. That does happen. But if you did something bad, you should be held accountable for it, regardless.
And I feel like I could respect you so much more if you were like, you know what, I watched the footage and that was wrong of me. Like, as a police officer, that is not my job to act like that.
Exactly. Grabbing him out the car.
Literally.
Like, did he call you out your name, even if not against the law? Did he hold a gun at you?
I'm like,
did he have drugs in the seat? Grabbing him out the car? That's literally not. That's not legal. That's not allowed.
Like, what do you mean you ripped him out of the car?
So, two of you?
It just makes you feel so powerless because you're like, you couldn't stop it. Like,
exactly.
and like you just watch him get dragged out, and I'm like, that could be me.
That's
and
why I literally couldn't watch it.
I couldn't even be like, please stop. Like, please don't do that to me. Like, I'll get out. Like, he was like, okay, guys, okay. Like, they could have given him a chance, but I'm like,
I don't watch no body cam footage, no video. Anytime I see like this person died, I read the story. I literally sit with it, and I'm like, another one.
No, literally, because all throughout like the Black Lives Matter movement at the peak, I just watched all those body cams and I was like, this is just like the saddest thing ever because the same things are happening.
And it's become so desensitized, posting people's murders online.
I'm like,
part of me is like, we need it.
Yeah.
To hold them accountable. But then I'm like, people shouldn't be seeing this. Yeah. Kids.
I know. I'm like, families. You got kids afraid of the police now. And I'm like, as a police officer, that should mean something. But I'm like,
nobody
the way
wants
they
to grow up to be a cop.
Literally.
No.
Like, I don't get it.
This is actually so interesting. I saw on TikTok, they're like, oh, like, you guys are so supportive of firefighters, but like back then, who was the one like putting the hoses on us when we were like, you know, what is it, the civil rights movement? They're like, cops don't have water hoses. And I was like,
y'all always gotta take a good moment and just mess it up.
But it's true.
They were working. Here's the thing: they were working hand in hand because the police had the batons.
Sure, hand in hand.
And then I'm like, but now I don't see firefighters for real. Like maybe it's like
no,
I don't see any bias.
Maybe they're like closeted racists.
Literally, maybe I need to do some more research. But I don't see any firefighters being like, oh, I'm not gonna save that black person for a burning building. They're like, okay, that's my job.
Now, if I see a couple of only black people have died, I'm gonna raise my eyebrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some more research because now I'm like,
hold up, how'd you rescue only the whites? No, but like I haven't seen it, so like I have no reason to be against them now. But cops, I don't trust cops, especially in LA. And I feel like you go to a city that you're not familiar with, and you're like, okay, like, let me see how the people are. Let me see how like everything is. Can I rely on the police to help me if I need it? I would say
no. There's so much crime
not
here,
LAPD.
And there's not enough resources. Like, the police here ride, like, 2 to 3 to 1 car. Like, there's not enough resources. Like, you said you called.
Literally.
And they would put you on hold.
And then she was like, oh, is he still at the scene? I was like, no. She's like, is there evidence? I'm like, I don't know.
Isn't that
okay,
the
police's
job?
To fill out the police report. I was so shocked. Like, oh.
I said, you know what? I'll never call again. Like,
especially in the moment you're so traumatized and you're upset, I'm like, I'm filling out this report is insane.
Literally. Bring back police that show empathy and that are real people, because this is getting ridiculous.
I know there's good ones, but it's like, for sure, it just seems like
I wish they would like speak up and be like, and could have someone like back them and be like, no, like, we need to change this. But I get it, you'll be ostracized and stuff, but it's just like so disheartening because it's like, we really need you to speak up.
I feel like maybe some do, but maybe I don't see it. I don't know.
No, for sure. It doesn't get that much traction.
I don't know. Do you want to end on a happier note?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's on your mind?
Something fun on my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are there any good games this week?
Let me see. I love a good NFL game.
Right? But I don't know. Probably not. I see the way you're scrolling.
I'm looking at NFL's giving crumbs. No.
Yeah, I don't have it. Well,
there's literally nothing this week. Maybe Giants and the Commanders, Malik Neighbors and Jaden Daniels linking back up against each other, but so far I'm not really seeing anything exciting. But Alabama versus Wisconsin. That's going to be fun because we get to see Alex Grinch take his first L of the season. And since it is our bye week, I think it will be fun to focus on a team that will win for sure. Alabama, please get this dub.
Yeah, because Alabama looked a little iffy.
They need Saban back.
Literally, they were embarrassing Nick Saban as he got
as
he was named after that field.
I was like, oh, they would have never done this.
Literally, I said, how did you on this man's special night where they named this field after him, and y'all are out here acting like that?
He was in the booth mad. Okay, Oregon versus Oregon State. I mean, they're both undefeated, so that'll be exciting to see which one stands up.
Well, it's only week 3.
I know, but like the Oregons, they're facing each other, so that'll be exciting. I think that's it. I mean,
yeah. A good note. It's finally the heat wave is over in California. It was 100 degrees last week, almost every day, and it was the worst week ever. But it's nice and cooler now.
Was this week bad?
This week? No, it wasn't too bad. The first, I think, Monday and Tuesday were hot. But it got cooler as we went on.
The worst thing is when you can't go home and change. You just have to keep going to class. Your next
That was me
class.
today. I just sat on my chair and said,
I'd be so mad. Like, I don't know why, but my legs be sweating.
So
and
bad.
I'm like, what the heck?
I'm like, listen, I got to class. I walked in the heat the other day, and my arms were sweating. And I got on the table, and it was just sweat on there. And I said, guys.
Literally, I got
I'm
up for
sorry.
one in taper. I was like, oh, this can't be.
No, literally, I'm like, sorry,
This can't be. And I had on a skirt. I was so mad because all my legs were just wet. I said, oh.
I just be
Got
hoping
it.
nobody looks, but I'm like, who
Literally.
was that? Who sat there?
I'm be like wiping my legs off, like, oh, it's just
No,
sunscreen
literally.
glistening. Don't mind.
They don't believe that.
Anyways, it was a good show. We had some good.
I think this was so fun. I don't know if
Yes.
it's because I'm delirious, because I'm tired.
Oh,
But
let's get her to bed.
I'm so tired.
Let's
I've been
share
at
for
class since 11 a.m.
Jeez. Have you eaten?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, besides ice cream.
Yes.
Y'all know she gonna eat.
Anyways. And I'm about to have ice cream when I get home. Anyways, y'all. Small back, little in the middle, slim waist, toothpick, yeah. Yeah, exactly. She's struggling to see. She's struggling to see.
We'll see you next week on Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday.
At our regular time. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah.